Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily Wednesday workout. It's Des here in the usual spot down by the River Trent. When I'm not putting out a part one vlog, as I'm unfortunately unable to do, been a busy few weeks. Really want to get back to that, get the routines back in with DOdaily and the usual episodes. It's one of those where I'm just checking in down by the River Trent and offering a few words to try and inspire you to either push on through and make the most of the rest of it, or continue in those fine spirits if it's all going well. Of course, in the last few days I've been speaking about how great I'm feeling, but also how I'm looking to build on my activity, start picking it up. And as June kicks in, always looking for a reason to kick on. It's another month where I can make a real concerted effort. Doing a little bit more today than yesterday, still at an easy pace, but the Do Running guys are out there, managed to set that off, set the guys about their individual efforts, get them running around this absolutely amazing location. And at the start of the bank holiday weekend, an unusual bank holiday weekend, what a way to go about it. What a way to finish work, sign off, get you running on what would normally be hump day, and then realise you've got that long weekend ahead of you. That's absolutely brilliant. So they'll be feeling fantastic. But if activity and running and all the things I talk about here are not quite your thing, I also kind of encourage people to do what works for them, or at least take 5 or 10 minutes at minimum, preferably half an hour for themselves, when everything can get on top of us. Sometimes bank holiday weekends are like that as well, aren't they? We always try and rush in those last few jobs, what we'd do on a Monday morning, on a bank holiday Monday, or on a Friday if we're off work, and we end up working a bit later. So it's important just to realise sometimes that it can be false economy doing that. You know, we can burn ourselves out a little bit and then get to a point where we're not even ready for the weekend, or we're not ready for what's next. This week, after all the excitement of Wembley and everything that went down there, went up, you heads, I've been talking about how I want to carry on enjoying it, making the most of it, you know, riding this wave of excitement and sense of pride and the achievement from a football team. You know, I don't want to forget about it. It's the last thing I want to do. But what I've got to do is do all the things I do to remain level-headed and stay up here. You know, again, it's like fitting all those jobs in and doing too much. You know, getting too carried away with things can almost bring us back down to a point where we're tired, run down, and a little bit fed up. If we start with the right intentions, just like on Monday Motivation, when I'm talking about never miss a Monday, just dawned on me as the guys set off, what a way to start the weekend with a run. Something I've done in the past is go out on a Friday night, particularly when I've been marathon training. It's just a way of almost signing off. Don't get me wrong, I do most of my activity at the weekend, so it's not a way of signing off from the activity and putting my feet up, but it's a way of signing off from the pressures of everyday life, of work and family life and things that we have to do. We've probably got no hesitation in doing them, but which in reality can cause most of the stresses. For me, running, activity, taking time to do the things I enjoy is precious. You know, not everybody has got this opportunity. Not everybody can do it as easily as I can, and I'm not saying it comes easy, because I have to work really, really hard, and me finding time is virtually impossible sometimes, but we have to. We simply have to. And my message whenever I don't do a part one vlog is that we have to get out there and really make a concerted effort to do the things that keep us tip top. For me, running is great mentally. It keeps keeps me on top of my mental health. It keeps me positive, talking, processing things, enjoying the journey almost. Don't like the word journey, I think it's a bit too pretentious, but almost enjoying the journey and enjoying the enjoyment. I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but enjoying the good feeling it brings and how positive it makes me feel and how I can think clearly after it and go forward. And again, it goes back to that thing I said. I normally say it on a Wednesday when it's hump day, when it's a conventional working week. Take that little bit time out. We can get to a point where things start climbing on top of us, get a little bit too much, we get a little bit overwhelmed, but we can do things to make sure that we're staying where we need to be, enjoying life, enjoying what's put in front of us, and making the absolute most. In a week where my emotions have been absolutely all over the place, even doing this, even as honest and relatable as I try to be and out there, I don't think I've ever been quite as emotionally charged as I have right now in this last week or two, and at one end of the scale and sort of pushing towards the other at a different time. Quite a level-headed and calm person, and I'm not really ashamed to say that, because I know that is my nature, that is the way I am. And even now there's a degree of that. I'm still not losing it or not feeling fed up when things aren't going quite to plan, but it's because I keep doing all the things I know that work. If I can't do the running, I'll do some walking. If I can't get certain jobs done, I'll do what's most important. And again, it's about finding the positives in what we're doing. Already done it in so many ways today. Said to the guys the thing about starting the weekend here. What a way, what a positive. If you didn't feel like getting out for a run, like some of the guys might not on other sessions, what we do through the running group is all no obligation. But if you didn't feel like it, just use the fact it's the end of the week. Once it's done, it's time to take a few days. And again, it's just that sort of example of positive that we can take just by checking in for 5 or 10 minutes, by taking a mind off the real sort of, I was going to say important, but of course we never take our mind off the important stuff, but the stuff that can be time consuming and in reality can be a little bit materialistic in the grand scheme of things. If we're looking after ourselves and doing things we want to do, it can be just the sort of tonic to get us through anything that might crop up. All I ever look to do is get through a week feeling happy and content, and having got lots off my chest in the last few days because of being emotionally charged, because of everything that's happened. I feel absolutely fantastic. I've had some really, really nice comments through DOdaily. It's made me feel even better. I've had one or two where they've kind of questioned me, not in a negative way, in a way that people are looking out for me. They've asked if I've said this because my mental health is okay and things like that. And all I can really say to that is, when I talk the way I have, so sort of candidly and upfront and out there with it, when I talk that way, I'm absolutely fine. I'm in tip-top form. When I can process it and articulate it the way I have, I'm feeling great. I'm enjoying life and I'm making the most. And that's because at times when it's not quite working, at times when things might creep up on us, at times like a Wednesday, which always seems like a turning point in any given week, but just a turning point in life as well. It's just taking us from that good, bad or indifferent start into the end of the week where we can change everything. We don't have to base life on weeks and days and things like that, but through DOdaily, that's what I try and put across, is use each day just to be positive and do something different. That's all these motivations are about. It's not about starting today, checking in today. Well, so I'll reinforce this message today. It's about checking in every day. Understanding who we are, who we've become, and what we want from it. Once you get there, nothing else really matters. In response to some of those comments, all I say to people who think it's because of sort of poor mental health, is just keep watching. You'll get the message. You'll get me. I'm not trying to be arrogant there, but you'll get me and understand why I do this and why it's important. Because it is to try and inspire and motivate people. And right now, everything's not going along swimmingly. I've experienced a difficult but not unhappy time. Something I could have quite easily climbed all over me and made me question myself or question what or where I've been in the past. But because I get it out there, get it off my chest, I realise it's all gone. It's all about whatever's next. Enjoy the good times. Again, I'm not going to let go of everything I'm experiencing through this period, but if I find the positives, take some time to just draw myself out. I actually did this yesterday. Those who watch Tuesday training will know I took myself off to Trent Bridge Cricket Ground just for a couple of hours. And again, living in the world I do, that's quite unusual. There's always somebody about, but I took myself away, took a bit of time and gave it all some thought, and it all made sense. So of course Wednesday's all about the workout, getting out there, getting in a walk. You've seen me strolling around this amazing location. Wherever you are, get out there, be inspired by what you see. I'm seeing people running about, rowing boats, people walking, people just going about their business. But that sometimes can be enough to make us want to do it as well. So get out there, and if you don't want to get out there, if that is kind of beyond your means today, just enjoy what you're doing, but take a bit of time to do it. Until Thursday Thoughts, guys, please post any questions you might have about the things I've said. Again, with it being as deep as it has, it might generate some questions around the way I'm thinking. Like I said, people have asked me about mental health. Please do ask me on Thursday Thoughts about the way where I'm at and why I've said these things. If something doesn't quite make sense, I'd love to get into that side of it. I'd love to get quite sort of deep, but also if it's really not quite deep, if it's quite straightforward, or even if it's just about anything, the football, the trip to Wembley, the marathon plans, injuries, what trainers I wear, what kit I wear, what I do to beat this problem, how I get through these situations, absolutely anything. I'm more than prepared to answer it, and again, keep putting myself out there. All I ever do is use myself as the example to try and help people who just might be experiencing the same thing. The really, really nice comments have proved that people have understood what I'm saying, that they get where I'm coming from, because they've probably been there themselves. And essentially, I've learned in this life, we tend to all experience the same things in a slightly different way at slightly different times. So until Thursday Thoughts, if you've got anything to ask me, again, I'll urge you to do it. Please give a thumbs up to this episode. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Lots of new people doing that. Extremely grateful. I spent a bit of time explaining this week as well what it's all about. Just doing it.